Hi, I'm Michael, and this is my circuit. This is the multiplexer, demultiplexer circuit that has a counter that controls the two. So let's start with the setup here. We have 5 volts on the positive bus, ground on the negative, and those jump across. So everything's connected here. Ground on the top for the 74, 76, power on the bottom, and then the opposite is true. We have power in the top left corners of each of these ICs. So the LSB for the counter combination here is connected to the low select line on the 151 and in parallel with the low select line on the 138. As far as A2 and S2, A2 on the 138 and S2 on the 151, those aren't being used and are tied to ground. And so we have the output for that's this orange wire here of the 151 going to the 138. And it's pretty much set up just as in the instructions. And it functions properly, just as in the simulation. So what we have going on here is the LSB on the right here, and the MSB for the counter on the left. Output Z is this LED here. And then we have the outputs for the 138 recorded by these LEDs. So let's cycle through it. In the 0th state, all our output Z is active. This is the setup that we have described in the lab with the 2 high values, 0, 1, 1, 0, being provided to the inputs of the 151. As we cycle through, we have the second state, I guess, and the second output is low. And then if we go again, and if we go again, and if we go again, if we go again. All right, so the 74, 76 has been acting up a little bit, but that's okay. Eventually we'll get to the 3rd state. There we go. So on the 3rd state, we have the 3rd LED being the only one with a low value, and of course our output Z for the 151 is low whenever these are indicated low, whenever one of these inputs are indicated low, and I'll demonstrate that again in a moment once we cover the 4th state where all of them are active again. So what's going on here? Well, let's activate all of the inputs to high, and now we can see that the 4th state is indeed low and the output Z is low. So anytime one of these outputs is low, the output Z is low. And we're having counting issues again, but here we go with the 0th state. First LED out. First state, second state, second LED. 3rd state, 3rd LED. 4th state, 4th LED. So it functions just as it does in the simulation.